Mike, what you been up to? Well, remember back in February, I bought some fruit trees. I bought 3 apple trees and I bought 2 pear trees. I planted those once again, I think it was early February. Well, when I was walking around the yard the other day, I was noticing that I have apples coming in on these apple trees, which took me by total surprise. I didn't think I'd get apples for 3, maybe 5 years. But anyway, I want to go ahead and show you those, the trees, the apple trees in particular. Nothing's coming in on the pears, but I want to show you what's coming in on the apple trees right now. The ones I just planted. I can't believe it. I don't know if this is normal or not, but I'm surprised. But anyway, what else I would like to show you is the garden. I planted the garden, got it all squared away. So after we look at the apple trees, I'll go ahead and walk you down to the garden and show you what I've got planted and what I'm growing this year. Now, my first tree that I want to show you, I'm really not sure how to pronounce this. I think it's Jonah Gold. This is the first apple tree I planted. And right there, there's an apple coming in on that limb. And then the limbs going up the tree are just full of little apples all the way to the top. Each limb. So I don't know if I'm going to get apples this year or not, but just having apples come in on a tree that I planted 3 months ago is absolutely amazing. I said I planted 3 apple trees. I was wrong. It was 2. I had a third apple tree. Well, my third apple tree is right here. It's been in the ground at least 5 or 6 years. And it never produced apples, of course, because I didn't have anything to cross-pollinate with it. But this is the first year, and I do have, let's see if I can, 2 apples on this tree that I've found so far. I think this is a Golden Delicious, the tree here. Now the other tree that I purchased from Lowe's, this tree is called a Pink Lady. Take a shot of the label for you. The Pink Lady. It's kind of a wispy apple tree. Let me back up. But this tree has apples on it as well. Let me see if I can find. Where'd they go? Oh, here we go. Right here, I have a couple apples here, and then behind these little blooms here, I have some small apples coming in. It's a little bit behind the Jonah Gold, but it has apples on it as well. And of course, my 2 pear trees down here, they're doing great. I don't know when they are supposed to come in as far as the fruit goes, but I have not seen anything on those 2 trees there. But while I'm thinking about it, I also planted some blackberries, if you remember. So I have 1, 2, 3 blackberries. The 4th one here, it looks like it's dead. I'm going to leave it just in case, but it looks dead. And then I have raspberries up here at the top of my yard by the Golden Delicious. I have this raspberry here is coming in, and then this raspberry's coming in too. There's a little bit of green down there at the bottom of the stem. And then I have 2 here. It's a different variety of raspberry. I don't see anything yet with it coming. But that's the fruit that I have planted this year. So here's a shot down the yard here. And there's the raspberries. So now let's get down to the garden. Let me show you all that hard work I've done the last few days. I have it all planted. So let's take a quick look at it, see what I have in the garden. That first row here on the right, where you see like the white cloth over the row, I planted watermelons there. I know they're gonna take over the garden on this end. I'm hoping I can train the vines to go to the right over that 4-foot bed. We're gonna see how that works out. Then the row next to it is cucumbers. The front 3/4 is pickling cucumbers, and the back quarter will be the I think it's the Stonewall cucumber. It's a long cucumber. And then here at this trellis, I have the cherry tomatoes. I planted the goldens. I didn't plant any red tomatoes. I really like the golden ones. And then next to it, I have mountain glories. And next to the mountain glories, I have the tachi. I have 2 of those. Those are like aroma tomato. And then this row over here, I have a complete row of they're called the Road Star tomato. It's a large beefsteak tomato. It's a new variety. I'm gonna try growing it in my area, see how it does. And then the next row over begins the peppers. I have 3 rows of pepper plants. So back here I have 2 poblano peppers. I really like the poblanos. Those are really good. And then the 4 in front of the poblano are the mini bell peppers. They're multicolored, small pepper. Really nice pepper. And then my second row of peppers, it's a complete row of bell pepper. We eat quite a bit of bell pepper. And then my final row of peppers are the jalapeno. And they're the large jalapenos, the ones you can stuff. So that's what's planted in the garden as of right now. And then my raised bed over here, I'm going to try planting. I'm going to try growing peanuts again this year. Last year was a failure. It did not do well at all. I got maybe 2 handfuls of peanuts. So I'm planting them in this raised bed. And I hope that they do well there. We're going to see. And then at the other end of the there's probably about a 4-foot area here, I have carrots. So we're growing carrots there. And over here, an incomplete bed that I've built. Just need to fill it up with some compost and topsoil, and we can plant in that. So that's the garden this year. That's what I've got growing thus far. And of course, as everything, runs its cycle, like the watermelon and the cucumbers here on the end, we'll figure out something to put in those 2 rows. But Garden's looking good. I'm real optimistic. We're gonna have a great growing year. Really excited about the fruit that I've added this year. I really added a lot of fruit, which is nice because that comes back every year. I don't have to plant and plant and plant, so that's really nice about the fruit trees and the blackberries and raspberries. So, one last final look at the garden. Thanks a lot for spending time with me today watching the video. And we'll talk in a little while, and we'll see a good follow-up as it grows. We'll make more videos.